How does OPEC influence oil prices as a cartel? Imagine a group of countries working together to control the flow of one of the world's most important resources. That's what the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, or OPEC, does. It was formed in 1960 by oil-producing nations, mainly from the Middle East, to have more say over how much oil gets produced and sold. Back then, Western oil companies dominated the market, and these countries wanted to change that. Their main goal is to keep oil prices stable and ensure they earn enough revenue from their resources. OPEC acts like a cartel, which in simple terms means a group of producers agreeing to work together to control the supply and price of their product. They meet regularly to decide how much oil each member should produce. When they agree to cut back on production, less oil hits the market. This usually makes prices go up because there's less supply. Conversely, if they decide to produce more oil, the market gets flooded, and prices tend to fall. It's a balancing act aimed at keeping the market stable and predictable. The power of OPEC comes from the fact that its members control about 40% of the world's oil supply. That gives them a lot of influence over global prices. When major producers like Saudi Arabia or the United Arab Emirates decide to cut or increase output, the effects are felt worldwide. For example, during the 1973 oil crisis, OPEC members imposed an oil embargo, which caused prices to skyrocket and led to long lines at gas stations. That showed how much influence they could wield. But OPEC's control isn't absolute. Countries within the group have different economic needs and political goals. Some, like Saudi Arabia, prefer moderate prices to protect their market share. Others, like Venezuela or Iran, need higher prices to support their economies. These differences can cause disagreements, making it harder for OPEC to act as a united front all the time. Sometimes members cheat on their agreed production quotas to earn more money when prices are high. This cheating weakens the group's ability to control supply and influence prices effectively. External factors also play a role. Non-OPEC countries like the United States and Russia have increased their oil production, especially with advances in shale oil extraction. This has made the global oil market more competitive and less dependent on OPEC. When global demand for oil drops due to economic slowdown or shifts to renewable energy, OPEC's influence can weaken further. Conversely, during times of geopolitical tension or conflicts involving major oil producers, OPEC's decisions can either calm or intensify price swings. For Middle Eastern countries, OPEC is more than just a market regulator. It's a tool for regional influence and economic stability. Oil revenues fund government budgets, social programs, and infrastructure projects. OPEC's decisions can impact employment, national budgets, and even political stability in these nations. When OPEC cuts production, prices often rise, boosting their economies. When they increase output, prices fall, which can hurt their revenue but also help consumers worldwide. In recent years, OPEC's influence has been tested by new sources of oil and changing global energy policies. The rise of shale oil in the United States and the push for cleaner energy sources have challenged OPEC's dominance. Still, the group remains a key player in shaping global oil prices, especially during times of crisis or market volatility. Their ability to coordinate and act together gives them a significant edge, but internal disagreements and external competition keep their power in check. For Middle Eastern nations, OPEC is a vital part of their economic and diplomatic strategy, helping them navigate a constantly shifting energy world.